Hi, it's Sunday. Here's our log for the week. Here's a cool that's the first presidency, and it's like pastels or something. I don't know where I found it, online somewhere. So I printed out and published it here. Okay, so this week we got a little bit busier, and we didn't keep as good a notes, and so I'm going to go through. Uh, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Monday, this last Monday, one elder had to go to a special doctor, and so he's not part of our zone right in here in Davis. So we had to pick him up at Fairfield. It's west of us, about maybe 30 miles west of us. And then had to take him to Stockton, which I believe is 50 miles south. So we had a 300-mile trip on Monday to get that elder taken care of, and that went well. It just takes time. And then Tuesday, well, in between, I had to pay some bills. There's still things that go on outside of the mission that have to be taken care of, and so I had to do a few things there. But Tuesday is typically district council meeting, so there were 8 elders and 5 sisters. We have one sister that came from Salt Lake City. She was on Temple Square, and they allow them to go out for either 6 or 12 weeks out in the field somewhere to just do regular door-to-door missionary work. And so this was a Filipino lady and young lady, and she's sharp. And so we had a good district council meeting. After the district council meeting, the president, his name is President Maservi, he interviewed all the elders and sisters. Took 10 or 12 minutes apiece and went through them all. We always bring treats on Tuesday, and so we did again. And we had veggies and cookies and stuff like that. Later in the day, we did some contacting, just working on our list for the bishops, and then we spoke to. We were supposed to take some food to one lady in a care center, but when we called, she had her teeth being worked on, and she's in pain in her mouth, so we couldn't do it. She wanted a cooked barbecue pork meal, so we talked with her, and later in the week we visited her, but we couldn't take her the food because she just wasn't going to be good with it. We are always interacting with the missionaries. They either need a ride somewhere, or we go to a lesson where they're teaching someone that wants to learn about the church. And those people are called investigators. So we typically spend some time during the week doing that. And so we got involved with one set of missionaries, and they needed rides, and we took them here and there. Wednesday, the 19th, was Judy's birthday, and I got her a present. Gardening tools. Kind of silly. She was weeding outside of our apartment, so I got her a little toolkit so she can weed, and she likes it. It was a good one, but it seems silly to be in an apartment and do that. But nonetheless, we did. Wednesday nights we teach we call it Gospel Studies, and it's from a book called Gospel Principles. There's 45 or 46 lessons in it, and they're not long lessons, and they're basic lessons about the church. And so we teach them to people that are interested in the church, or people who are returning, who have been less active for a while, meaning that they hadn't been out for a while. So we had about 6 or 7 people there. 2 of them were investigators. One was to get baptized Saturday, and the other is to get baptized the following Saturday. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I just had to do adjusting on some insurance that we have for. We still have our trailer, but it's at our friend's. My business buddy Daniel has the trailer, and I had to investigate some insurance issues on that. I forget exactly what it was. Then Thursday, I was looking at the we have a Bissell carpet cleaner, I think they call it. It's a forced water jet thing, and then it sucks it up. So it's like your pressure wash ones, only it's not that big a pressure. But we do inspections of the apartments every 6 weeks, and so I'm trying to learn how to use it so I can go around and clean some spots off carpets in different apartments.
Can't they do it?
Judy says, can't they do it? Well, they could, but Judy said that she would have them do the sewing. But Judy's doing the sewing for the elders, so we'll see. I'll get them involved though. And Thursday, we started to work on some talks that we were going to be involved in. One set didn't happen, but we did speak today. We'll get to that. Let's see. On
We went to breakfast.
Was that Friday?
Yeah, because it was the day after my birthday.
So that was Thursday. So we went to breakfast. It was good, but I'm not going back. It was a little dirty, but great country fried potatoes. And a Korean guy that was explaining everything to us. It was over the top. We got too much information from him, and we should have just asked him to go sit down, but we were polite. Anyway, Friday, we did work on our talk some more because you always get worried about talks. On Saturday, we were to speak on baptism and the gift of the Holy Ghost. That person did not get baptized, so that got canceled. But today we spoke. I'll get to that. We made more calls about inactives. We're reaching out to people that aren't coming to church. And then during the day into the evening, at some point in time, we had 2 elders over for one thing, and they needed rides here and there. And then later that night, we had 4 elders over. They were picking up some of the clothes that Judy had sewn for them. She cuts the arms off and makes short sleeves like this, and also she was repairing pants. And when the elders come over, though, we of course have treats, and so then we visit with them for a little while, find out what they're doing and what's going on, what's going well, and so that's always a really good time. Doesn't happen that often. Then Saturday, as I said, we were supposed to go to baptism, but we didn't. And so I think Saturday was kind of the first day we took a day off, and we didn't do hardly anything. We did work on our talks, but not that much.
I took 2 naps.
Oh, yeah, Judy took 2 naps. So I've got 2 on her, so I can take 2 anytime this week without a problem. So that took care of Saturday, and then Sunday we did speak. This morning we went to the first church meeting, sacrament meeting at 9:30, and we both spoke. Judy spoke for about 12 minutes, and I spoke for about 18 or 19. She spoke on inactives, and I spoke on ministering. Ministering is just loving people and trying to help them with the challenges that they have. And so we both did talks. They went well enough. I mean, we survived, and then they were over, and that was good because then we got to relax. After that, we were invited to a baptism at the Spanish branch, which actually was in the same building. The English-speaking met from 9:30 to 11:30. The Spanish-speaking met from 11 to 1. And then after their meetings at 1:30, they had a baptism of an 18-year-old girl. So we went back to that, and it was a really nice service. It was all in Spanish, so we didn't know very much. But one of the elders, 3 out of 8 elders speak Spanish. It might be 4 actually, and yet they're not Hispanic. And so then we picked up a young man who's contemplating baptism. He's a 17-year-old African American kid, sharp kid, lives in low-income housing, has challenges in his home, but he's got his head screwed on, and he knew Spanish, so he did better in the meeting than we did. And before we left, we had one of the high councilmen on the stake come and ask us about speaking, not speaking, teaching an English class to non-English speakers. And you can look them up, you can Google them. One is called Daily Dose, and we think that might be outdated now. That's what the church used to do. Daily Dose, it's called. And the other one is English Connect. I'm thinking that maybe it's English Connect. And so we're investigating that, and we may have another night or two during the week that we'll be up in the Woodland area. So that's it for this week. We love you all. If you have any questions, uh, we typically can talk or text back. So just let us know. Some of you that aren't members of the church, if you have questions on what we're talking about and you want an answer, just text us or call us or email us, whatever. But thanks for your support. We love you all, and have a great week coming up. Bye-bye.